Hola muchachos, ¿qué tal? Buenos días. Aquí tienen el horario para hoy, miércoles el 26 de enero. Your only homework for today was to submit the bingo activity that we did in class, which is for the numbers 0 through 1,000, 0 a 1000. And you can take a look at that assignment in Canvas for more instruction as to how to do that. Learning targets for today are to talk and write about shopping. We're beginning our new chapter, Chapter 2B, which is all about shopping, and then to express how much items cost, and also important dates in history. And actually, the latter, actually both, are going to be the focus for today. In particular, your warm-up is exercise 2 on page 99, ejercicio 2, página 99. And for your warm-up for today, you're going to use the notes from last class on cardinal numbers here. This is page 99. Also in Canvas, if you look under the module for Chapter 2B, you can see the numbers 1 through 10, a little bit more fleshed out here in Canvas. Some video tutorials as well for you. So using those notes from last class, express the price of each of these items in parentheses. Price is in parentheses. You have the items that you're shopping for. And so all you're doing is writing out the number in Spanish as it would be expressed. You can see in the calendar I have an example there for you. Zapatos de Air Jordan. $299. I don't know how folks spend that much money on a pair of shoes, but they do. Mad respect for throwing down that much. So in Spanish, 200 would be 200. Right, taking a look at the notes here. 200. Sorry. 90 would be 90. 90. And then finally 9 would just be 9. And then dollars in Spanish are dólares. Dólares. $299. So for each of the items here, just take it, place by place. Hundredths place, tenths place, and ones place. Some numbers, though, the tenths place and one place is going to be combined, like 15, for example, would be 15. So the first one would be 515, right? 500 is 500, and then 15 would be 15. So that is your warm-up for today. Just to continue that practice with numbers, exercise 2, página 99. We'll then get into an activity to get you to reflect, notes on the date in Spanish. We weren't able to get to that last class. Very briefly, very straightforward, more of the formal way that we do in English, giving the date is the same in Spanish, where you have el followed by the number. Cardinal number is just the numbers we've been looking at, followed by de, and then the month. And we'll go over the months of the year as well. And you can find that information, I believe, in this video or in this link, months of the year in Spanish. So we'll take that formula, if you will, and then we'll do exercise 3 as a guided practice. But we'll look at important dates in history and expressing the date of those events in Spanish. Finally, for today, we will do a little bit of guided practice, outlining 5 important dates in your life, the day, month, and year in the target language. And then we'll begin our homework, which is the guided workbook, page 71. in Core Workbook, page 78. I'll really quickly show you what that looks like. So this is Core Workbook, page 38. This is a word scramble with different colors. And the colors actually you can find on page 98. We didn't go over these notes together, but it's okay. We'll go over them as we continue the chapter. But colors you have right here. And a lot of these you'll probably recognize, just fundamental Spanish 1, middle school Spanish vocabulary. But the answers to that first part of page 38 are right here in the word scramble. And then for the next part, you're making complete sentences where you're using the verb comprar, which is the verb to buy or purchase. That's also on page 98. And then making a complete sentence to say what each individual is buying. So 3 parts to this. You're going to conjugate the verb comprar according to your subject that comes at the beginning. Compro, compras, compra, compramos, compran, right? The endings that we've been looking at for most of the first semester. O, as, a, amos, an. So conjugate comprar according to your subject, then express the number in Spanish that's provided. And then if you need to make the noun plural, whatever it is that's being purchased, do that by adding an S or an ES if the item ends in a consonant. To make a noun plural that ends in a consonant, we add ES. For example, collares. COLLARES to make that plural. And for page 71, on the guided side, it's a lot of what we did at the very beginning, where you're going to match the date written out in Spanish with its numerical form, and then the opposite for part B, where you're putting it in numerical form according to what's written out in Spanish. So this right here is your homework for next class, due at the very end of the day the next time we see each other. That is our agenda for today, muchachos. Nos vemos en la clase. Adiós.